Well, guys, welcome back to a very postponed edition of Beards, Brews, and Bros. I am your host, the man from Moss River, with my co-host, Mr. Byron Moss, and without further delay, the man who took the bronze in sexual swimming and who is known in certain company as Greg Lube Anus, Mr. K. Rob.
What the fuck?
I don't even know where that came from.
I don't either. Like, this is why we don't ever try to get inside his brain. God
It's a
bless.
scary place.
Yeah.
Well,
Jeez.
okay, Greg
I know
Louganis.
who Greg Louganis is, damn it.
uh,
The bronze and sex. Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
bronze in sexual swimming. It was a joke. You're also very bronzy brown.
I am. That's why black is beautiful all the time. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Doesn't age, doesn't crack, right?
Can't complain.
Damn straight. And no, I definitely can't complain. Black and beautiful all the time. So from folks, last we picked up, we were attempting to get our episode going, and then somebody who got back to the mainland lost his internet,
Yep.
and he has some stories to share about his honeymoon, recently celebrating 1 year of marriage with his lovely wife Miranda. And as always, congratulations, brother. So
Thank you.
why don't you go ahead now that you got everything situated? Why don't you share some stories about your escapades down in the Caribbean?
Well, I'm going to keep it short and sweet and to the point. So the nice thing about it is, first time on an airplane, other than the time that I was on the airplane and called you when I was barely incapacitated, or it was semi-incapacitated.
Yeah, that was great. That was a great time. Sure, I broke my leg on a motorcycle accident. I'm gonna call Kyle instead of my freaking parents.
That should speak volumes for you. I've said it many times. That should
Yeah,
tell you something.
yeah. It's all. I mean, it does, and I appreciate it. But also, dude, call your fucking parents.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. But yeah,
Yeah, well,
so the flight was very solid. I mean, on the way there, I did kind of get a little sick, but I learned my lesson on the flight back. I did take some Dramamine to get myself really nice and solid. Uh, Food wise, it's kind of a bit of culture shock. I mean, I've said it before. They add sugar to everything. When you can fuck something up like French fries by adding sugar to it, just no.
wait, why would you add sugar to French fries?
I don't know. I mean, when I expect to have like French fries, I'm expecting salt. What's this on here? It tastes very sweet. God damn it! They put granulated sugar on my fucking French fries.
However, consider yourself a little more cultured than some people from your neck of the woods.
I mean, it was always fruit with everything. The weird times that we would have our meals and stuff was okay. The fact that we had Pepsi with sugar cane, it's the
Mm,
Mexican Pepsi is what they had. They
I,
had
that
cane sugar instead of having the high fructose corn syrup.
that sounds honestly better.
It does. It tastes a lot better in my personal opinion. I mean, but you know, corn syrup is way sweeter. Our soda is much sweeter than theirs, just
Yeah.
by far.
So
Uh, Other than the first day, you never go to the beach at nighttime. One, they proposition you for drugs, and then if you go inside, you got swinger couples trying to proposition you and your wife for sex.
I couldn't believe that shit when you told me that story. I really couldn't.
Well, I mean, they were Dutch. They were from Holland. Interesting folk. No talking shit on Holland, just in case we got any listeners out there. But yeah, the couple they've been watching us for like the first few nights we were there. And then I finally decided, you know what, I'm gonna talk to them. They've been eye humping us for a while. We're gonna figure out what the skinny is here. So
Turns out they didn't want to eye hump you just only.
they wanted to bar me discreetly.
I see what you did there. Shout out to Tenacious D.
Yeah. But
Oh,
so that was pretty much the thing there. As soon as she got back, we were talking and she asked Miranda, she's like, we switch? And she goes, switch what? And she says, switch husbands. I'm like, damn it.
yeah, that was definitely not a kid friendly conversation. Sounds
No, it
like.
wasn't. Well, and the guy that was trying to deal me drugs, he's just like, you want some of that cocaine? I said, partner, where I come from, we do meth. And he just dipped.
Uh,
Oh no, sounds like you guys had a really fantastic time. You sent us some photos. Miranda posted some photos. You all looked magnificent. Looked like the beach treated you great. You had a beautiful view from your hotel.
I'm not leaving the country for another decade to maybe 20 years,
Oh, good lord.
unless it's to go to Ireland. That's acceptable.
You know what? I'd be willing to have a pint over there.
I mean, a pint, and I want a motorcycle along the coastline. That's the bottom line.
Plus, they really love potatoes, and as a starchy man myself, I'm all about that.
I can appreciate it. My arteries can too.
Amen. I don't know how they have like do their potatoes. Like they bake them, fry them. I'm not
They're
sure.
fried mostly because you got to think they make fresh chips most of the time. So obviously over there too, if you say chips, it's gonna be French fries. You're gonna have to say crisps
Crisp. Like, nah, just,
for
just
chips.
just give me the bag of starch, please.
Give me the top shelf starch, a little starch and scotch right over there.
Well, I would probably need somebody to get it down for me. Uh,
You know what? I was talking to my dad earlier. We were just talking about you. We were talking about getting together possibly here on April 1st, guys, and talking about tailgating for WrestleMania. Big to do there. And I was talking to the dad, and he's just like, "Yeah, it's like, is Kyle gonna season the food?" And I'm like, "Nah, he can't reach the top shelf."
you know what? Eat it. It don't matter because like I will bless that. If I can make it, I'm blessing that food with my melanated excellence.
You'll
Something
be
you
just
just
happy to see some strawberry seasoning.
I got strawberries in my house.
Finally.
Well, when I came up there, I bought some. I'm the only person around here who probably has any because I still don't see it in my store.
Nope, you never will, probably.
No, but you know what the hell we're selling? Pepsi flavored Peeps.
I saw that. What is wrong with people flavoring Peeps in the weirdest of ways?
Last year they did cereal.
I remember that.
Because my mom about killed me for tagging her in a thing saying, "Will someone buy my mom these?" Because literally that's the one thing she hates.
Wasn't it Fruit Loops?
She hates. No, I can't remember, but she hates Peeps more than she does the Chicago Cubs. And what's that tell you?
Mm. It's
But
a
yeah,
marshmallow full of lies. Bottom line.
we are in our Easter section. We are now selling, and it's like as a front feature, a 12 pack of these mini cans of Peeps Pepsi. Oh, it gets better though.
Mm.
Look, do y'all remember me telling you about the Kraft mac and cheese ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same people who made that, and I can't remember the name of their other company. It last night, and we got it in, and I literally threw a fit. Hidden Valley Ranch ice cream. I beg your damn pardon.
Not to sound rude or crazy, but whoever invented that needs to be drug out in the street and shot, to quote Garfield.
These people, like this company, is based out of Brooklyn, so I guess it's like gourmet ice cream. Listen, stay off cocaine, dude. What?
It doesn't belong in our bears, and it certainly doesn't belong in our ice cream.
Oh, don't even get me started. Oh, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna tear into that some bitch later. But I don't even know if it was out to sell yet because I don't think it was officially scanned into the system. But we had it to like eventually put out there, and it was like 8 of them. And I'm
You
looking at this like
remember?
how the fuck
I don't even know. You remember when they had the flaming hot craze? How it was flaming hot everything. I remember when
everything.
they did that with freaking mac and cheese. I remember it flaming hot with ice cream. I remember everything like that.
The,
It was god awful.
these same people make pizza flavored ice cream, which out of all their wacky flavors, that's the only one I tried. And I took one bite, and there was like a sliver of red in it that's supposed to be like pizza sauce,
Mm.
and I threw the whole cart away. I have never wasted that much ice cream on purpose in my entire life.
You want to know something kind of sick and sadistic a little bit? I remember when I worked over at Stoney's, I was talking to Tyson, and he told me that they used to make a gummy bear flavored brat.
Ugh.
Yes, that was my
Oh,
exact reaction.
ugh. Listen, I'm all for trying new shit if it makes sense.
Kyle, now that we've talked about the most disgusting things on the menu, let's talk about the good stuff that we're going to have on our menu today.
You know what? Because I'm low key hungry as hell anyway. So I'm gonna eat after we do today's show. And by the way, appreciate all y'all for supporting that. We just hit 800 subscribers on our way to 1,000. We appreciate all y'all globally. Here's what's on our lineup today. Of course, Mossman already discussed what happened on his honeymoon. We got to talking recently about all the awesome like childhood movies that we had growing up, but how many of them flew under the radar or didn't get appreciated until years later because of this little machine called Disney. There's so many movies that we all just like, hey, you remember that one? Oh hell yeah. How come more people don't talk about it? Well, The Mouse. So we're gonna talk about and wax poetic about some of those films. Also, I got some words about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Some words and Cocaine Bear Jones, which is a surprising hit, and I'm trying to figure out why. Originally, and we have a revised nerd news this week. We're just gonna let it loose because there is so much that's happened, and it's been absolutely amazing in the world of pop culture. So we're gonna get into that. And for our retro rewind, Jared brought this up to me, and we're going through movies about a couple weeks ago. All of the amazing films that came out from 1997 through 1999. It was almost as big of a guarantee as a Will Smith summer blockbuster. Holy crap, we were not aware. And granted, we lived this, but we were not aware of how many incredible movies. It was like banger after banger after banger to borrow from a WWE superstar that we're going to be discussing, and like it just blew our minds, and we're going to share that with you guys. But first things first, yo, we had certain movies from when we were kids that you had on VHS that everybody knew, but you're like, wait a minute, did Disney make that movie? And then you have to go back and realize, oh, holy crap, they didn't make this movie. Like for years, I thought they made an American Tail, and then I found out they didn't. And an American
No,
Tail is a phenomenal film, and it's just one of those that you thought, damn, I thought
that's
Disney
a
did.
Fox property, ain't it?
You know what? Well, we can go to the Google machine real quick and
Test my knowledge real quick. I believe it's a Fox property.
let's see. Yep, that came up really quick. Da, 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 da. Um, as much as we don't really, like to trust on Wikipedia, let's see. 1986. It does not say. Amblin Entertainment. No, it's Universal. It's a
Oh, it's
Universal.
Universal. Okay, all right,
Yeah,
I'll bite.
that
I'll be
movie
honest.
also didn't. That
Go
movie also
ahead.
did 9 times its budget in terms of box office.
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, my favorite one was the second one. Had James Stewart in it. I don't know if you boys know who that is. Brown bonus points if you can name me who James Stewart is and one film from his filmography.
Cannot. I just know that James Stewart was a former NFL running back for the Detroit Lions. That's all I know.
You don't, Byron?
I've got no clue.
I am the only person here, I guess, that enjoys the finer things in life, such as Westerns. I apologize.
See, I much prefer the original An American Tale. But it was just one of those. It's just I think because growing up, you see a really good animated movie, your first inkling is to think, well, that's a Disney movie, even if it wasn't. Fern Gully's another one you brought up, and I think everybody's seen and just loves Fern Gully, loves the message behind it. That was another Don Bluth animated film as well.
Can we talk about the fact of the thief and the cobbler as well?
You can. I'm not familiar with that, so smarten
It's
up.
amazing.
I'm gonna let Byron talk because he doesn't
I,
talk that
Yeah,
often.
yeah. Oh,
I
silent
mean,
ass Jones over here.
it's it is a very, very good story, like as a whole. Like it's very up there with what's it called? It's way up there with uh Aladdin, to be honest. Like it's one of those kind of tales. It's an
Damn.
Arabian Nights kind of tale. The story's good. Like the music's a banger.
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic film. It's the only time that you'll find a. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna make that joke. I'll leave it alone. It's the only time that when balls go missing, of some uber
The
importance.
thief is the best part of the whole movie.
Oh yeah,
Like,
fucking tact, man.
yep. It's a good time.
Also, like we Jared, we talked about this. Disney basically buried Macaulay Culkin's whole career post Home Alone and My Girl.
I'll give you that.
With all due respect, because dude, The Page Master is a freaking great film.
You gotta think Fox got overshadowed a lot by Disney. So did Universal. I mean, you gotta remember. I remind you another one, Anastasia.
And I had completely forgotten about that. What a beautiful film.
a film about, the missing daughter of the Russian Tsar at that time.
Hmm.
That was very good as well. The fact that Christopher Lloyd was once again in a voice role.
Who was he in that movie?
He
He
was the
was
main
the
villain. He was
yeah.
Rasputin.
No, oh yeah,
Oh
he
wow.
was.
He was
Again,
Damn.
another
Rasputin.
How do you go from
another.
playing?
I said another movie that's got goated music.
How do you go from playing the head angel in Angels in the Outfield to playing such an evil bastard?
Well, and I mean, I can't think of who played the bat, but that was another guy that was fairly known at that time. But no,
There
that go ahead,
Bartos.
sir. Yes.
there are so many of these freaking movies, and like Thumbelina is another one that just flies
Somebody,
way under.
while we're talking about a bat, let's talk about the fact we didn't talk about one bat in particular with Vernon Gully, the man who played the big blue genie himself. Dun 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 dun. Come on, was
Robin
in Patch
Williams.
Adams, y'all. Exactly.
And his birthday was just we recently just was celebrated with what would have been his birthday. Um, Robin and everything Robin Williams touched was gold. Everything.
This ties back into our movie selections later too. The Bicentennial Man,
Bicentennial Man, yeah, and that's considered on the underrated section of his catalog.
Jack, Patch Adams.
I loved
Mm-hmm.
Jack. A lot of people didn't like Jack. I loved
I
Jack.
love Jack.
You know,
He's
not
great.
not everybody can say like can go back and watch it because some people are uncomfortable watching anything with Bill Cosby in it, and that's completely understandable. And that's not something we're going to address here.
I'll be
But
honest, I can still watch the Cosby Show though.
I definitely can as well. But that movie also has two of my childhood crushes for like say your older lady crushes, Fran Drescher and Diane
Mm-hmm.
Lane,
Give me a slice of that Diane Lane.
especially her as Judge Hershey and Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Also, his teacher is Jennifer Lopez, dude. Like mid
Mhm.
'90s Jennifer Lopez.
She was goaded.
I
Mm.
mean, dang, she's still fine as wine today because Latinas are like black people; they don't age either. Oh man, like, and not even just animated films, but live action kids movies that are just like, damn, that was really really freaking good. And Disney didn't make it. It ties in for me because one thing Disney cashed out on heavy was children's sports movies of the '90s, not just because of Mighty Ducks, but also The Big Green, Angels in
Yep.
the Outfield, and so on and so forth, and Air Bud. But you've based like the baseball movies we had, Rookie of the Year, my personal favorite, Little Big League, which never gets its due as a baseball film, but that's
No.
another one of those. It came out the same year as Angels in the Outfield and Disney Machine. You got Christopher Lloyd in that and Danny Glover. Dude, that movie has Matthew McConaughey and Adrian Brody and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. What an oh my god.
It was a star-studded cast at that time, man.
But though, like McConaughey wasn't Matthew McConaughey yet, and Adrian Brody wasn't an Oscar winner yet.
It's good to see where they come from. Let's just be real here.
It really is.
Can we give some love for Remember the Titans, though?
Well, naturally, of
Mm-hmm.
course,
We got to give
we
that love because Disney, even just super film, anytime they make a sports film, it's great. The Rookie, and that's past the time, in the 90s, but that's just good stuff.
yeah, that's based on a true story. I actually saw the man, but who that movie is based on, make his major league debut well before the actual movie, The Rookie. I first saw the movie. His name was Jim Morris, and he was
Yep.
a teacher and everything, and he pitched for the Tampa Bay then Devil Rays. So that was a super super fascinating story. But they real like there were so many like kids targeted sports films that, hey, like I said, the mouse didn't make. Little Giants. You will never not get me to want to watch that movie.
I'm trying to remember or not, but Heavyweights was a good movie as well,
That's
too.
no, that
That's
is
Disney.
Disney. It is
Yeah,
Disney.
it is Disney.
But
But
that super flew under the radar in that Disney Renaissance.
that was always good. I hadn't I lost it. There is just so many things that Disney had positive credit for. At that same time, you had The Parent Trap as well.
Mm-hmm. With
You know,
Lindsay Lohan and what was it? Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, yeah.
yep, Freaky Friday. Just at that time, launching her career and going forward, she was epic in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Absolutely. Also, like other kids movies. I used to think Casper as a kid was a Disney movie.
No, that's a Fox property. And I mean,
Mm.
and honestly, in the second film, you got to see the Blue Ranger from a Power Rangers movie.
Yep, and the for most people their first time seeing Hilary Duff.
Yeah.
God, I mean, Jesus, we just dated ourselves hard as shit with that.
Oh my God.
Casper 2. I forget the name of what's the name of that second movie?
It wasn't a Spirited Beginning. It was Casper meets Wendy, I think.
No, it was a Spirit Beginning. Then Wendy was the third one.
That's right. Because you had a prequel for the second one.
Yeah. God. Oh my God. Casper came out in 1995, May 26, 95. Damn it.
Can we talk about the fact of how good Casper was as a whole? The fact.
That movie is so charming. It's cute.
Also, wasn't that? No, was it Winona Ryder? The girl who played Wednesday. She was in it.
Yeah, Christina Ricci.
She was in as well.
Yeah.
She was also in Now and Then. If you guys remember that, that was a
I do not.
that was a girl's coming of age film. That was kind of like the Sister of the Traveling Pants. It had her, and then later on in the grown-up's life, it had another lady that she played that was Rosie O'Donnell that was in there as well too.
I do remember that one.
Are you talking about Harriet the Spy?
No, the movie was literally called Now and Then.
Oh.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that one. Also,
because I think Julia Roberts was in that as well too.
Also, Bill Pullman was in Casper, aka the president from Independence Day. Gave the best damn presidential speech you will ever hear. Ah!
I don't know. I like the speech in Dave, though. If you guys ever watched that movie,
I know what that movie is. I've never seen it.
More or less, president dies. They have a guy that looks just like him run it for a while.
Cosplaying as the president. That's hilarious.
But he's a. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say the last presidential comedy movie I saw was Dick.
Yeah, I remember that one. Another one weird at that time that came out. You guys remember the comedy movie Mafia?
Vaguely.
It was like Little Italy, kind of like tongue to cheek kind of humor.
Oh, I vaguely remember that one.
Like so many people died in that film. It wasn't even
funny. Oh man, we got to wax poetic about just some of our favorites that Disney didn't make, and just think about I think the most successful non-Disney kids movie in terms of box office had to be Babe.
Yeah, I was gonna say Babe was good. Also, you know something else we didn't talk about? We didn't talk about the man that played George in George of the Jungle, Brendan Fraser.
That's a Disney movie.
I'm telling you, but we didn't talk about it. But you got to think where he started out in, though. Encino Man.
Oh,
that's not a kid's movie.
Fun thing with George Jungle. Did you realize that was an actual 70s cartoon?
Encino Man was?
No.
No, George the Jungle.
George the Jungle.
Oh yeah, I knew because ABC re-aired it years later on one Saturday morning.
They ran that, and then of course you got to think a lot of his characters he played was based off of cartoon characters. Dudley Do-Right.
Yeah, that's right. It was I think that was a '60s cartoon.
Yep, and also you got to think about people were reviving those cartoons left and right. We had The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah, I remember watching that on Saturdays too. That was my introduction to freaking Looney Tunes. Was the Bugs Bunny and Tweety show in the '90s.
Can we talk about him and Looney Tunes Back in Action?
I knew you were going to bring that one up. It just we were eventually getting to that. Low key banger. Dude,
I mean, his filmography is just so great beyond Disney and everything else he's done. We had him in The Mummy. He was great in The Inkheart, Journey to the Center of the Earth, things like that.
I got the George of the Jungle theme song stuck in my head from the movie now. So freaking catchy.
Something else. It's another childhood, good, animal movie. Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey.
Disney.
Yep. I know, but it's Disney. But just think about it. That is something else. At the same time that was coming out, you also had Nightmare Before Christmas came out at the same time.
93? Yeah. Oh, holy crap. Jeez, Disney. Gee, that's overkill.
But then also something else that did pretty positive, and I can't remember if this was a Disney film or not. James and the Giant Peach.
No, it's not.
Sure.
I just can't remember what it is, but
that was
another one.
I'm absolutely sure that I'll look that one up, dude.
I think this was the same studios that did
I don't think it was DreamWorks.
But holy shit! No. It is a Disney movie. Yeah, it is.
Same.
I just remember
same studio that did
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yep.
No, because the animation is absolutely, and it is a Disney movie. Holy crap! It did not make its budget back.
No, I remember actually going to see that over at the Mansion Mall movie theater. If you guys remember that back in the day.
Oh, well, yeah, I saw. What did I go see there? I want to say it was Men in Black. I saw at the Mansion Mall.
Saw that there. I also saw actually Bug's Life there too.
Okay, I'm a little jealous. Like we had Bugs Life on VHS and wore that the hell out. It was one of my absolute favorites.
I remember seeing that there, and then I remember one of my first movies I saw over there at Showplace 8 was actually Atlantis: The Lost Empire.
I think the first movie I remember seeing at the Showplace was Pokemon, the first movie.
I don't remember. I think I still have that promo card, the Ancient Mew card, or was it something different? No, Ancient Mew was from
It was
2000.
Mew. No,
Ancient
it
Mew?
wasn't.
Ancient Mew was from 2000, and then
It was Mewtwo. It was the
it was
Mewtwo
Mewtwo.
promo. Yeah.
Yep. I think I still have it somewhere in my home.
Yo,
I still have it somewhere.
I'm low key a little disappointed now that I'm looking at James and the Giant Peach because I loved that book as a kid. Coming to find out, it only made $37 million in theaters,
Well,
and I don't
look
get
out
why.
comparatively, and this ties into our subject later. Look comparatively what it had to run against those years.
This was 1996,
Exactly. What came
but
out in
still,
1996?
see, Independence Day.
Just start the list.
Yeah, let's
There,
see. Best movies of 1996.
Because you got to think from 1996 up to like 1999, that was a great run.
Damn it, dude. Okay, you know what? I almost want to get into that now. I got an itch bad. Cause dude, look, first movie that came up, freaking Twister. Son of a bitch.
That's an underrated movie.
If you're a Midwesterner, it's probably your favorite movie ever.
You can watch that thing on TNT or TBS anytime you want.
Freaking Jerry Maguire, dude. I love Jerry Maguire. The Craft. Okay, The Craft is my absolute shit. And shout out to my sister Maisha for getting me into that movie. Plus, it has the song that became the theme song to Charmed.
Dude, there's just so much shit that came out in that time. You know what? Well, before we get too down the rabbit hole and into things to this next segment, let's talk about the nerd news. We'll adjourn to the nerd news corner. We're not even going to play the song this week, folks. We're just going to jump right into it because there's so much shit to talk about. We can't even fucking contain the information. We've had trailers come out. We've got game announcements. We've got revivals of TV series. We've got even shit that's just you would not even expect to be brought out in the world again. But it's here.
Let's get nerdy, guys. Okay, I got to start off with something I heard last night before we dig back into previous news. Beetlejuice 2 is happening, and Michael Keaton is coming back. I'm all about a Michael Keaton revival in life. I'm super about this. Dude's in a Super Bowl commercial. He's playing Bruce Wayne again in the new Flash movie, and he's coming back to do freaking Beetlejuice. Now, he said he could fit inside of the same suit from 1989's Batman. If that guy can still fit in his Beetlejuice suit, I hate him because I can't do that with any of my clothes.
Dude's in good shape for his age. Same with Kevin Costner. Get real.
It's not fair, and he's aged very, very gracefully. He looks magnificent. Plus, also in the Flash trailer, same Batmobile. Hell yeah! So that's my favorite Batmobile. I had that one as a toy where the top slid down. You could put your figure in there and all that stuff. Love that one because that was the same one from Batman the Animated Series.
It was. You know, the sad thing is though, we will actually never get to see another revival of the Val Kilmer Batman, though. That's the only thing that kind of
it does stink because I have such fond memories of Batman Forever, and he was a solid Batman. Damn it.
Well, he had the tone, he had the look. It was perfect.
I do wish he just kind of had more of a gravelly voice, not Christian Bale because that was exaggerated as fuck, but. That one got me really excited to see that we're getting a brand new Beetlejuice movie, and like I said, I'm all about a revival of Michael Keaton everything. Jared, I know you got a lot of shit. You want to talk about.
Well, I mean, for starters, guys, we had the new Super Mario Brothers trailer. Final one dropped today.
That looked really, really cool.
Or was it yesterday?
It was yesterday. It was yesterday.
It's still today until I go to sleep. Damn it!
All right.
But yeah, I mean, I cannot wait. I have not been so excited to see an animated film in a long time. this right here gives me hope. All my kids are gonna go see that with me.
And guess what? They're going to get to grow up with what we didn't get to grow up with, a good Mario
Can we
movie.
talk about the fact of the second trailer literally had the theme song from the Super Mario Brothers Super Show?
Did it
And you can,
really?
yeah, and you can actually go to the website and play around that they give you. And the fact that they're going get hooked on the brothers to the brink, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Look, you drained my sink and not my bank account. Thank you, Mario's.
Too bad you don't get Captain Lou to go with it.
Bro, oh my god, I miss Captain Lou.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, absolute legend in the wrestling world. The thing is also,
Great promoter.
do you know what this movie? Because this is coming out 30 years since the garbage we got with 1993's Super Mario Brothers. This is an ultimate apology. Like, if there was ever an apology, like an apology letter to 90's kids, it's this movie.
Absolutely. I feel like that they need to send out candy as repentance to all this.
And also, and fellow nerd news, to bring back another um, staple of 90's animation. Biker Mice from Mars is coming back, and we got action figures.
I'm ecstatic for that. Something I'm kind of on the fence about too. We have, for the first time in a little while, a brand new TMNT animated film.
To quote former CEO of Nintendo, Reggie, my body's ready. That looks so fucking cool.
I'm okay with the animation style. Some of it, man, I feel like we've been done dirty on though. Like, I'm gonna give it a chance.
What are you sour on?
Bro, like, I give me something. Like, I guess I have the expectation of, like, the 80s. Give me like an 80s Turtles revival. Like, that's what I'm expecting from like Seth Rogen, producer wise.
So, what were you hoping for? Not okay. Was it 80's the TV show or 80's the comic, where it's gritty and a lot more violent?
Well, both actually, a little bit of both.
Because
I
like
was
I know,
expecting that because they literally have one scene in the one he has where Donatello gets stabbed in the leg by Raphael Sai. I'm like, come on, give me some of that comic book goodness. Don't
either
tease me like this.
either that or the 2003 styling, which was as close TV wise. I know, right, dude? No bullshit. I've been watching that on Saturday mornings the last couple weekends, and I have no regrets.
Their Shredder was beastly.
Yeah.
And I had the action figure for that. I was just like, it was too good at that time. My parents got me that. I was just like, right here.
Oh, I got that game for GameCube also. The
I've
2003
got
beat
it
'em up.
for I've got it for the actual Game Boy Advance, which plays like a soul sequel to Turtles in Time.
So, how do you feel about the voices casted for this film?
I feel like that's solid. Really, the only thing I guess my hang up is they done April O'Neil dirty. That's the only thing there.
How they do April O'Neil dirty?
Kyle can attest to this. That she just looks very dumpy, very homeless looking, and just is not the April O'Neil, like we would expect. Even like when they went for the younger and the comics, they kept it true and blue. And the last reincarnation of the rise of the TMNT, that was good in my book. A-okay. But just I know it's probably me being like, well, she doesn't have like the cut. She doesn't have like, I know April O'Neil's always been so sexualized in any reincarnation she's been in.
Just
But I'm like,
have.
just give her like a little bit of cuteness. Don't make her like a little like tiny little ball of whatever.
I'm indifferent. Hey, just all I ask is yellow jumpsuit. That's all I'll ask for.
No, there's no yellow jumpsuit though, my brother. There's none.
Yeah, well, but it ain't gonna ruin my enjoyment of the film.
I'm gonna give it a shot. Either way, it's the only other like bother artistic style I didn't like was the fact that Michelangelo's head looks like a goddamn watermelon.
Donatello glasses is an interesting choice.
I don't know that I am gonna see how it goes. The fact that they made Bebop and Rocksteady look kind of odd too, and I know it's just the animation style, but I want to know like how many bowls did fucking Seth Rogen smoke before he said, "Yeah, man, this is what we're gonna go with right here."
20.
Oh my good lord!
Like I mean, I'm probably hating on the wrong thing, and like I said, no negative to body image people. I mean, I'm all about that life. Big, small, skinny, whatever. That's fine. But it's like I just have the respect for the character in its entirety, via it be the comic book character or what we had in the reincarnations from that point.
I mean, I'm honestly ready to hear John Cena be Rocksteady, as he's never done voice acting as far as I know.
No,
Ferdinand,
he's
he
done
was good in
some.
that.
Oh yeah, Ferdinand the Bull, my bad, but for to be Rocksteady has a very distinct voice, and we know what John Cena sounds like.
Mhm.
You know,
What's funny is this is the second WWE wrestler to voice Rocksteady.
This is true
who
because
was the first?
Sheamus,
What? What was that?
the Michael Bay boom explosions, fucking
Oh, that was him.
yep.
Mhm.
Oh, for shame. Damn it,
Like I
Sheamus.
said, it's been either hot dog water or good things. I mean, I'm excited for it, because anytime you can grace the current generation with TMNT, bring it on.
Of course, because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is for all generations,
It
and
is.
that movie will be coming out, I believe in April or August 4th. Hell yeah, that's a week before my birthday, so at least I now know my birthday's on a Friday. That is absolutely freaking cool. There's and you guys have anything else you'd like to dig into, Byron? I'm sure you got some stuff you want to wax on them, wax off
Bro,
about. You've been quiet.
RE4, the remake.
We'll get to that, but hey, Byron ain't
Eh.
said much of nothing being a damn mute today.
It's just been busy today.
He's like Link. He's one of my favorite heroes. He's a mute.
No, the biggest thing I have to say right now is unintentionally was driving home from my mom's house and a song was playing on Spotify just randomly, and it turned out that it's a start of a musical that I've shown Kyle this. It has no reason going as hard as it does.
Yeah, why don't you talk to him about it?
So it's a musical called Epic the Musical. It is very loosely based off of the Odyssey. It's going to have 9 different sagas in it. Right now, they got the first 2 sagas completely written out and recorded. You can find it on Spotify, and like I said, to me, I think it's going to be the next big musical. I think it's got on par of Hamilton.
You know something else I thought of, Byron? It just came out this last week. History of the World Part 2.
I got told about that a couple of nights ago. I love the
It's-
original.
It's okay. I've seen the first episode. It's okay. It's I don't know. It's not what I was expecting.
No, but the cast is good. You got Chris Pratt. You got a bunch of different people.
There's like a 20, 30 big name actors in this.
Yeah.
Like it's just a funny moments. Don't get me wrong, it's just a funny moments, but God, is it like over the top?
Do you feel like it's not as and derived in the same humor as like the first one, which was very Monty Python-esque?
I'd say yeah.
It's hard to replicate that, guys. It really is.
You guys can keep on going. I'm getting wound up on Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey right now. I'm just getting myself full fired up right now.
He's stewing on shit over there.
I really am. Oh, God bless. But yeah, y'all want to keep y'all keep it rolling. I got some rounds to let off.
Oh, by the way, Byron, I think I'm going to break down the next time I go to our local game store. Shameless plug to the gaming center here in Perryville. He does have all 3 games for the Lord of the Rings series.
Really?
Oh, like 2 towers and shit?
Yep. And they're fairly reasonable price, but I'm like, I remember 2 Towers was one of my favorite 2-players. Same way as Return of the King.
2 Towers was never 2-player. The Return of the King was.
Return of the King is probably what I'm thinking of. I know you picked off
Return of the King is goated.
That is beautiful. And of course, like they have The Hobbit. I have the Third Age already. I thought about picking it up for the PS2. Just because,
it is so good.
But he has got a lot of stuff right now. But I thought about that. There's going to be some gaming happening. Since you're so close to me, we're going to start hanging out a lot more.
I mean, yeah, it's a possibility.
I hate when you guys tell me possibilities. I'm like a person. You give me a yes or a no. I hate maybe.
Well, too damn bad. 90% of the world is gray area.
Well, too bad. Maybe it's just a baby that hasn't decided to say yes. If you can name that movie. extra
Ooh,
points.
that's kind of that was kind of a bar. Damn. Okay, look at you dropping a little bit of a flow there. That was
I'm just
cold.
saying.
That was cold.
Just saying. But no, there's definitely some stuff going out there too. Also, fact of the matter, we got at the end of the month here, boys. RE4 the remake. Another time
Eh,
that I'm buying Resident Evil 4.
eh.
How many times does that? How many times does that make?
I don't know. I'd have to count them out. I mean, I literally have it for the GameCube, the PS2, have it for my Wii, my Wii U. I have it for my Switch. I also have it for my PS3, my Xbox 360. I also have it for my PS4, and I do own it on PC. So I have 9 different reiterations of that title.
I can shake my head at you.
I just did the same thing. I love RE4 as much as the next person. I have it on PS2, GameCube, and 360. That is it,
Can we
bruh.
talk about the fact that me and you discovered the overpriced chainsaw accessory for that game?
Yeah, what in the world is this? All right, y'all. So the other night we're talking about gaming peripherals and everything. Jared's been big into his bag for collecting like retro games and consoles and everything like that. Dude tells me that there's a chainsaw controller for Resident Evil 4, which I'd never even heard of. This might be the dumbest thing I've seen probably since a speed board for the NES. it
Mm.
it's got your four face buttons. If it's a PlayStation version, it's got your four face buttons and your directional pad on the freaking side, and it's a chainsaw, a physical chainsaw.
Oh, it's at the top of it, man. And then if you pull the actual cord, it's the start button.
Because you're starting a chainsaw. That's so stupid.
The PS2 version comes in a wooden box, like a very nice collector's case, and has several different things with it. Kyle, you remember what tune of the dollar amount that was running for?
Well, you know what? Let's go to the Google machine because that was art. That was actually
Oh yeah,
chainsaw
and the GameCube
controller.
version, they came in 2 different colors. One was orange, one was yellow.
Yep. Let's see. We got from $300 on eBay to $500 on Priceless, and one on eBay for $450 that comes in the wooden box. Oh, $600. Like, dude, why is this even a thing? That's so impractical.
It's a thing, but I mean, I would want to have that for my collection.
Well, of course you would.
I just can't justify spending that because if I don't have a PS5 yet, why would I spend it on just a peripheral?
Oh, see, I found one that never opened for $700 on eBay.
Yeah, the GameCube one goes for far more. That's what's even more stupid.
Like what a load of nonsense. Why would you want something like that that's completely impractical? Um, so for me, that's all my nerd news. Like there was a ton to cover. There's obviously plenty more. I know tonight officially, as of this recording, from reports, WWE is going to finally start announcing the 2023 Hall of Fame class, which they've been surprisingly late on. So with the rumors of Dave Batista and I believe Cindy Lauper for the celebrity
Yep.
wing. Um, and we'll see who else goes in. There's a possibility of Lex Luger finally getting his due. And with all of the recent attention that WWE has been giving China, maybe it's finally time for her solo induction.
Yeah, did you finally see they finally gave her A&E biography?
Yes, I did, and they had a lot. They had a lot of talking heads on there.
I
Obviously,
can't watch it.
I can't. Now the Vice one is even harder.
I've watched
Um,
that one
I
once, and I mean, I just if it's in the same connotation as, I
it's
just
it's
can't.
it's nowhere near as dark from my understanding. Triple H did speak on this one. He basically talked about how he and Sean went to Vince and said, "Hey, this girl can be my heater. She can go and get heat for me." And Vince didn't buy it at first and said it wouldn't be believable, no matter her physique and everything like that. But hey, turns out those guys were right, and Mick Foley spoke, and they even brought in Awesome Kong uh,
Mm,
to speak about her. And basically, if not for Joni, we don't have women with big muscles and just that don't have, quote, the typical look getting
We
an
wouldn't have Beth
opportunity, you know?
Phoenix.
No, we absolutely wouldn't. And, Joni means a lot to Beth. And, if not for those two, we wouldn't have the Rhea Ripleys of the world. She was a true trailblazer, a paradigm shift, as Triple H referred to her. China was the only woman to date, and maybe one day they'll get a hair up their butt and have a woman win the IC title. But she's the only woman to be Intercontinental Champion. She did it 3 times, twice according to WWE, and the first woman to qualify for the Royal Rumble, and the only woman to ever be the number one contender for the WWE/F Championship. And at one point was apparently rumored, if you believe that, to beat Stone Cold Steve Austin at SummerSlam 99 for the world title.
No.
Think about all that. Her Mamacita Latino heat with Eddie, and just how charming. And I found out actually that some of the stuff that they did on there was very sentimental, because these were like events in her life that she never got to experience. Where Eddie and China went to the prom, it's because legitimately she never went to the prom in her real life.
No.
No one ever invited her to or asked her out to prom.
She had a rough home life, man.
Very much so. And we're not going to dig into those details. For fans of hers, it's too heartbreaking. And I'll just say,
I'm just glad that they might maybe finally be giving her flowers.
Likewise. So we're going to see what happens tonight on SmackDown if announcements start to come down. Like I said, that will cover it for me on Nerd News. If you fellas got anything else, we can keep it extended and keep it rolling.
I think that's pretty well it. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that I wanted to unpack just because it's all thrown itself in my face all week long.
Well, now with that, you fellas want to do something we ain't done in a minute? Y'all want to rewind?
I'm ready to rewind. Let's bring it in.
It's time for the retro rewind, where hey, that's part of our motto: be kind and always rewind. And we're gonna take it back to one of, I think, just the most dynamite periods of our childhood, the late 90s. And now let's throw 1996 in there. Now, mainly when we think of the late 90s for us, it's music, it's wrestling, gaming, cartoons, also and feature films. We obviously knew, the big ones of the late 90s, your Titanics and, Men in Black and things of that nature. Hey, if Will Smith made it in the mid to late 90s, you knew it was a banger. I was not aware, however, and thank you, for Mr. Mossman, for prefacing this to me. Adam Sandler released Big Daddy, The Wedding Singer, and The Waterboy all in one freaking year.
It's immensely crazy. Something else that you forgot about that's another big one that's the middle finger? Mission Impossible came out in 1996.
Did it really? Holy crap. So you know what else he dropped that same year? Jerry Maguire. Freaking Tom Cruise, dude.
Let's talk about the fact that Disney dropped a very family-oriented movie called The Hunchback of Notre Dame that made a cool $325.3 million.
That is, and you know what? That falls under underrated in Disney category. So I got 1996 pulled up, and we brought up Twister earlier. Jingle All the Way.
Scream.
Bro, yes. Damn.
Matilda. Let's talk about that.
I didn't think that was 96. I thought that was like 95 or something. We also got, and I also can have the Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb scores pulled up. This one cracks me up because
one that you have not even fucking said, and I'm gonna hold you to task on this. What movie did you forget?
From what year?
96.
I don't know.
Space Jam.
Oh my God! Yeah, please, yeah, just
just come over here right quick. Walk right into this.
Whip my ass for that one. Absolutely whip my ass. I don't know.
The English Patient came out that year. Fucking so many dramas.
Do you know the only reason I even knew what the English Patient was? Seinfeld. Mama? No, Seinfeld. Really?
Oh.
You know what?
Also, we had Romeo and Juliet that same year. We had Dragonheart.
Black Sheep, which Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 28%. Eat a dick. John Travolta's Phenomenon, which is a very underrated film of his. And hey, you can't just have one basketball megastar starring in a movie in 1996. Let's go for two. Kazam. 5%, y'all.
You remember something else too? A Time to Kill came out that same year.
Did it really?
Yep. Also, The Birdcage, Ransom was that same year. Nutty Professor.
Yeah, Nutty Professor. You dang right, Nutty Professor.
Also, the fact that we had The Rock came out that year.
Yes, it did. Ransom, which is one of my favorite Mel Gibson
Mhm.
movies. Biodome.
Just so many things came out in that time.
Like this
Like,
is
there's a reason why there is such a huge, awesome amount of movies that just exploded at the end of the 90s.
And you know what? And I gotta give a shout out to one of the most important ladies to my life, Miss Samantha, that y'all went to high school with. Of course, we dated. She's my best friend in the entire world. A movie very sentimental to both of us. Selena, 1997.
Can we talk about the fact that that same year in 97, Titanic,
Yeah,
fucking Good Will Hunting, The Fifth
Con,
Element,
Con Air.
Con Air, Boogie Nights. Let's talk about the fact As Good as It Gets, Liar Liar.
Oh, dang! And you know what? You could put Jim Carrey almost on par with like in the mid to late 90s with Will Smith for summer movies.
You realize in 96 he also had The Cable Guy,
The
right?
Cable Guy, yep.
He was in that as well.
Air Force One.
Yep.
One of the greatest. Actually, no, that has the greatest single thing a fictional president ever said. Get off my plane.
Let's talk about the fact Starship
Troopers. Would you like to know more?
Dude, Face Off.
Yeah. Dude, Spawn and also 17%. I completely disagree. Let's see what else. This is absolutely absurd. And you know what? George of the Jungle, 1997. And shout out to a hood movie, a hood classic, Baps, with the late Natalie Desselle and Halle Berry. They want to give that 15%. Rotten Tomatoes, don't rate hood movies. They ain't for you, but that's okay. Let's see. Also, we got Mouse Hunt. Mouse Hunt was a fun little.
It was amazing.
You remember the movie Habitat? That was another fun one.
I don't remember that one.
That was another like horror like thriller at that time. The Devil's Advocate came out that same year.
Yeah.
Rainmaker.
Jungle to Jungle with Tim Allen.
Here's one if you guys remember this, The Full Monty.
Oh, I definitely remember that one. I absolutely remember that one. That this is absolutely like ludicrous. Let's see. According to IMDb's best movies in 1998, let's see what they got to say. They ranked The Truman Show as the #1 movie. Or hold on, by IMDb rating. Let's go by IMDb rating. Saving Private Ryan, 8.6 out of 10.
Yeah, as it should be.
As it should be. The Truman Show got an 8.2. The Big Lebowski. Hell yeah. Holy crap. Dude, they put an 8.1 out of 10, Wrestling with Shadows.
Oh man.
On Bret Hart. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, no doubt. But like, we're just looking through Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Pleasantville as a personal favorite.
Well, we didn't talk about the fact The Lost World came out that same year.
That was 1997.
That's what I'm talking about. We're talking about 97.
I moved on to 98, but I mean, we're just all in this rigmarole. Like, I cannot recall a stretch of years where it was just bam, 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 and like your big like best picture films are these iconic movies. Titanic.
We forgot Tomorrow Never Dies that same year too.
That was my first Bond movie, actually.
We didn't really talk about too much of this. We had Jungle to Jungle with freaking Tim Allen.
I mentioned that.
We had also Austin Powers came out that year.
Yeah. What else do we got? Looking through here, Bullworth was a favorite. Armageddon. I'm not a fan of Michael Bay in the least, but damn it, that movie gets me.
Armageddon.
It's the cast. It's the cast, man.
Dude, it hits so hard. Dude, we forgot about Fools Rush In.
One of my favorites with Selma Hayek, Matthew Perry. Absolutely love that movie. Let's see. Lethal Weapon 4 is another favorite, and that was for the mainstream audience, the introduction to Jet Li. And he got to beat the shit out of Mel Gibson.
Yeah, dude. What about for the fact of like the 90s were also for Tim Allen, for richer or for poorer that same year. The Santa Claus.
Santa Claus, yeah, no question. Just venturing towards the end of the decade. No, it was 99 where Big Daddy released. And how dare Rotten Tomatoes, they gave that a 39%.
They do not like anything on there. Oh, also, in fact, Wild America.
Wild America's another Tim Allen. No, that was Jonathan Taylor Thomas. So by proxy, Tim Allen.
We talk about the fact that kid got his dues in the late 90s.
He was the it kid. I think it was just the hair, quite frankly.
Dude, he was in so many different things. For the fact, I'll Be Home for Christmas. He was in, Tom and Huck.
Somebody else
do a strong push.
You want to talk about strong run in the 90s. Tom Hanks, and not just with Toy Story, obviously Forrest Gump, Philadelphia, The Green Mile, Castaway. No, Castaway I think was like 2001. I want to say.
Or am I thinking of not Castaway? What's the Green Mile was there as well. Look up Castaway.
I'll look up Castaway, but also Tom Hanks, A League of Their Own.
League of Their Own. That was another one he was in. That was
Castaway.
fantastic.
Was 2000.
Okay, so that was right there on the cuff of the line.
Also, a bona fide hood classic, Office Space.
Office Space.
Especially that was my introduction to the hip hop group Ghetto Boys when they had the slow mo scene bashing the computers. That song goes hard as shit.
Byron, where are you at?
Dude, yeah, you were like hella quiet today.
I don't know.
What's wrong?
It's been a weird day.
Well, we're weird people.
Do we need to come rub your butt and tell you you're pretty?
No.
I ain't ever going that far. Pause. I mean, nah, you could do all that. The last half of that decade, it was mind blowing to us when we were going through all these films. And and then you're like, wait a minute, that came out that year. Like, holy crap! This entire also 1999. You could slap me for not mentioning Varsity Freaking Blues.
I was waiting for it.
That is my damn. That's my damn
saying,
movie.
97 had me for a loss for words of how many things came out in 1997.
Yeah,
and also the fact that fucking you got the re-release of The Little Mermaid that same year.
Oh, is that was that the year the Disney Vault became a thing?
Mm-hmm. They put it out in theaters again. That thing did 27.5 million.
Wow,
that's just back domestically.
Let's see. Also, another favorite of mine, Jawbreaker, came out in '99. Y'all think Mean Girls was a Mean Girl movie? Yeah, Jawbreaker's a whole different ball game. Also,
you know what we forgot about too? Little Big League.
That was 1994.
You sure that was? I thought it was 96.
Oh, trust me, it was 94. There was a lot. There was a huge surplus of baseball films that came out in 1994 to remind people because of the strike, to remind people how baseball really can make you feel good.
Love of the Game.
For Love of the Game was a tremendous one. And that might be a future retro rewind as waxing poetic on baseball films and just
bro. We talked about sports movies before, my dude.
Did we? Well, shit, I slept since then. But also a shout out to another hood classic, The Wood, which I highly recommend to anybody. And I know Byron tried to be funny. And what did you say? Byron? What did you say was the greatest hood movie of all time to be a smartass?
Oh God!
Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah, Leprechaun in the Hood.
Oh, slap the shit out of you,
dude. I was watching White Man Can't Jump the other day.
Dude, we got a remake of that. Who asked?
I don't know. Woody Harrelson cannot be replaced in that film. Just
nobody can. You can't replace the energy and the vibe, that early '90s vibe, and also Rosie Perez. That energy cannot be replicated.
It cannot be replicated, dude. Wesley Snipes.
Turns out Wesley Snipes couldn't play basketball.
Yeah.
I almost call him Billy Ho. Woody actually played, I believe, junior college basketball. So like he could legit hoop. And all of the extras in the film were at least college basketball players, because the idea was we want these scenes to be as realistic as possible. And the scene with the guy who goes to get his gun, he was actually a former NBA player, Marquise Johnson. I believe he played for the Los Angeles Clippers, I want to say. But you can't remake that energy. I mean, shit. Dang it. Like I got upset when I found out that was being redone. It was the same as I found out that we had a new version of House Party. You just can't do that. Like Kid and Play was a whole vibe. You can't. Yeah, no, man. Like it bothers me. But hell, I'd like for that to be a future retro rewind classic hood movies. And I know
Guess
that.
what? Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying I
Well,
don't think that's really your forte much.
no, I
But
can get in. I can get down with that. But also, guess what just came available, and I just bought it while we were
oh,
sitting here together.
oh, good grief, what now?
I have officially bought NBA Jam '99.
For N64?
Yep.
Whoa, now that is a hidden gem. Because NBA Jam had like kind of fallen off a little bit after the first two.
$8.99.
Nine
Boom.
bucks. Boom shakalaka is more like it. You better come correct.
The nail in the coffin.
I don't ever remember hearing that in an NBA Jam game.
I do
Yes, it
remember
is.
hearing it in College Jam.
Ooh, College Jam was like a reskin of NBA Jam.
Dude, it
I,
was in the first NBA Jam. I will bet my right nut on it.
pause. Don't need that. Uh, no, NBA Jam '99. I'm trying to remember who was on the cover of that game. See, that's another weird power I have is knowing who was on the
Number
cover.
44 for New Jersey.
Keith Van Horn.
Boom.
Keith Van Horn, who probably will be a multi-time All-Star in today's NBA. Now that dude was cold. Okay, and also shout out and low
Also,
key.
it's a complete.
Ooh, in the box. And a low key rest in peace to the New Jersey Nets, now Brooklyn Nets. Hey, I just seen NBA Jam 2000. I just seen a copy of that, European version, with Chris Webber on the cover for Sacramento
I don't
Kings.
know why people have so much hate for like those later titles. I don't get it.
Does because it doesn't have the same level of charisma. It there's a certain energy and vibe, but it's all about vibe, to me. Those games had charisma, plus it was the first time seeing anything like that,
I'll be honest, that one and Jordan versus Bird were goaded for me on the Sega
Jor-
Genesis.
Jordan versus Bird. I played that on NES.
Yeah, I have it for Sega Genesis. You know that. I showed you my complete the other day.
You did. And it's very impressive and growing collection. We had the game that was the precursor to NBA Live. It was called NBA Showdown '94 on Sega
Yep.
Genesis and the hard box and everything. And the next year, EA dropped the first NBA Live '95, and then the rest is history. There, fellas, I think this has been an absolute blast. I'm glad we're back in the lab doing our thing. Um, this was absolutely fun
Mm-hmm.
to
Absolutely.
get back to brass tacks. So how about we try to get a little more regular? And folks, we do apologize for the delay, but life gets in the way as it tends to do.
If
You
you
know,
don't see us in a month, you'll see us on our next one shot.
and we're definitely making it a point to be more regular with content with all of our listeners. Which once again,
Well,
we all really appreciate you.
I'll go ahead and spoil this a little bit. Next weekend, Kyle and I are planning to do a little bite to episode to talk about some baseball.
Yeah, because you know
There
what?
you go.
The World Baseball Classic is going on right now, and Byron has some false hope that he's holding on to that the Cardinals are going to land the biggest fish in baseball one day.
Not
I
happening.
can dream, can I?
You'd have to sell the whole state of Missouri to get that dude.
It's worth it.
In fairness, felt. Now, next week, folks, and then Byron will find we'll find the day and what works best, and then we're gonna hammer out and do some baseball talk. Where spring training going on, the World Baseball Classic. I'll talk some MLB The Show 23 because for the first time, a St. Louis Cardinal has reached the 99 club in MLB
And
The Show.
the amount of people who are like, why is Goldie at 99?
I'm sorry, he's the National League MVP.
I bring it up to the Cardinal salt. It's delicious.
Isn't it though?
God damn it.
Preferably pink salt, but I digress. So we're gonna wrap things up from here, guys. It was great getting back and talking shop with you, Triple B crew doing what we do. Also, WrestleMania is in a few weeks on April the 1st. WrestleMania is Saturday. So we are going to attempt to all get together. And if for any reason I'm not able to make it, which I've already said is not a possibility, we're going to attempt to do a live stream, cross-platform Jones, if you will, via Facebook.
All I'm hearing is abduction coming from your mouth. Okay.
Yeah, you're not. Like I said.
Oh, there's no way Miranda's gonna let you drive all the way across the state and back to pick him up.
Not at all.
Babe, I gotta go to work for just 4-ish hours. I'll be back.
Bullshit. Because then she's gonna message. I guarantee she'll message me and ask, "Do you know what Jared's doing?" You're not slick anymore. You have someone to answer to.
Oh, if she wants to know where I'm at, she can track me down pretty easy.
Yeah, yeah, and I could be like, Kyle's be like, he's on his way. I think, hey Miranda, where's Jared at?
And then she's gonna she's gonna blaze out one to beat your ass.
She'll be stuck at work on a Friday. It would be wasting that gas. At that point, it would be the fact of like somebody told me I can't do something. I'm gonna be there.
You're a little too old to be doing the I'm gonna do something because someone said I couldn't shit.
I have that left in me a little bit.
Not much.
With the wrong influences around, yes, you do. Well, folks, well, squad, we're gonna wrap up and get on out of here. I got a weekend with my daughter to get ready for. Byron, you got a concert to get ready to go to tonight. I do. And Jared, I have no idea what you got going on the rest of the day.
Yeah, answer your goddamn phone.
If I feel like it. Are you bleeding?
I can be in the next 5 minutes if you'd like me to.
Shut your ass up, jeez. Folks, we're going to wrap it up. Again, we thank you for tuning in to our latest Triple Bs. And, as we always say, be kind and always rewind. We appreciate the support. Road to 1,000 subs. And, hey, we did promise that we're going to start working on merchandise once we get there, T-shirts and the like. We will get there. So we appreciate it. Hey, tell a friend, tell another friend, and they tell 10 friends, and then we got 1,000 subs and moving forward. All right, for myself, Mr. K-Rob, Mr. Moss Men, we are the Triple B crew, Beards, Brews, and Bros. We are out of here. See you next time.
See you next time.
Later.